Pop Smoke 50 Cent official album leak.
Is it annoying? Do you like it or you don't like it?
It's cool when it's good. If it's a good impression, I like it.
You're into it.
By now, everyone is aware that Bashar Jackson, also known as Pop Smoke, was shot and killed just a few weeks ago. While the news came as a major blow to hip-hop fans, one legend has taken it upon himself to carry on the legacy of the late rapper. Just as a new era looked to be budding in Brooklyn, the world lost the newest prodigy of the East Coast. Early last month, as his sequel mixtape, Meet the Woo 2, was climbing the charts, Pop Smoke teased a collaborative project with Quavo, tentatively calling it Huncho Woo. The internet was buzzing with excitement over the news. According to the late star, the project was making good progress as the pair had already completed 9 tracks. With its success and fame rising rapidly, the world was ready for a full-length studio album. That is, until Pop Smoke was tragically murdered. After his death, the status of the project seemed bleak. Did his passing mean the album would never be released? New York legend 50 Cent has answered that for us, as he has vowed to executive produce and finish a posthumous album in honor of the fallen young star. Although the project has not been officially announced by Pop Smoke's record label, 50 Cent has been working hard to get the ball rolling. What does 50 Cent have planned for the posthumous album in honor of Pop Smoke? Thanks for joining us on Lime Report. Today, we'll be going over all the information we have on Pop's unfinished album and how exactly 50 Cent plans to complete the project. Before we go on, we'd like to remind you to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and comment keyword 50 to enter our giveaway for a chance to win a $100 Amazon gift card. Make sure to keep watching as things get a little interesting. What motivated the Queen's legend to immortalize the late Pop Smoke's legacy? More than anything, the bond the two shared over a short period of time. In music, and especially in New York, a brotherhood is formed when artists have mutual respect for each other, which Pop Smoke and 50 Cent definitely shared. Pop Smoke and 50 Cent quickly became close, with 50 acting as Pop's mentor during his meteoric rise. After Pop Smoke's tragic passing, 50 Cent lamented his death, expressing his grief in an Instagram post. "No such thing as success without jealousy. Treachery comes from those who are close. Rest in peace." A few days later, 50 announced his plans to executive produce and release the album Pop had left behind in another Instagram post. So far, nothing has been officially announced by Pop Smoke's manager, Steven Victor, or his record label. However, Victor confirmed in a comment under the rapper's post that he was on board with 50 taking the helm on the project. After its announcement, 50 used his Instagram muscle to reach out to fellow artists for features. With new heavyweight Roddy Ricch as his first request, "Tell Ed Roddy Ricch I'm looking for him. I need him on Pop album," said 50 in one shout-out. Shortly after, Rich responded with a handshake emoji, followed by "Say less," confirming at least one star on the upcoming album. The confirmation helped to bolster the movement behind 50's motive. "See? I got Roddy Ricch on deck. This bleep gonna be stupid," said 50 Cent. In addition to Rich, 50 Cent addressed Drake, followed by Chris Brown by name, requesting both to be present for the collaboration, though neither of the artists have yet to confirm their participation in the creation of the album. Since announcing his plans to executive produce Pop Smoke's posthumous album, 50 Cent has been moving in earnest in bringing the late artist's project to life. Additionally, the rapper has made another more heartfelt promise, directed toward the family of Pop Smoke. In a video he shared on Instagram's story on Friday, the 5th, 50 Cent dropped a clip from the rapper's funeral procession with the sweet message, "Rest in peace, Pop Smoke." The post began, "He told his mom he wanted to take her to an award show, so I'm going to make sure his album gets her there." So far, it seems as though the rapper made leaps of progress in his quest to complete the album. In a recent IG post, 50 teased a May release date for the project. While fans are thrilled to hear of the progress, not everyone is pleased with 50 Cent's recruitment efforts. After the Many-Man artist shouted Post Malone out for a feature, one fan blasted him for the move immediately. "Man, make this a real Pop Smoke album, not a pop album. Getting all these pop stars, SMH." Though 50 in his crass style was quick to shut the hate down with a swift response, "Please shut the bleep up," the artist retorted. While it seems everyone is on board with the release, there's some debate as to who deserves to be on the deceased star's final project. Most hip-hop fans are familiar with 50 Cent and his rugged musical style. Hailing from South Jamaica, Queens, 50 Cent is considered one of the biggest artists to ever come out of New York. From the time when he broke out in the early 90s, 50 Cent's charisma, chiseled abs, and gangster attitude garnered the attention of millions when he first broke into the rap scene. His rise has striking similarities to the late Pop Smoke. from their crass style to their rough upbringing. At just the age of 12, 50 Cent, at the time known only as Curtis Jackson, was selling drugs during America's crack epidemic in order to get by. His upbringing in a tough New York neighborhood is similar to Pop Smoke as well as his possible gang ties. Yet aside from their similarities, one has to wonder what made 50 Cent take charge of the project. Why is everyone so willing to let him make it happen? Well, Pop Smoke, being a New York native, was familiar with and a huge fan of 50 Cent. His music was a big part of Pop's taste and served as a source of inspiration for him as an artist. In one interview, Pop Smoke went on to tell the host of the show that growing up, he looked up to 50 Cent when writing bars. Pop Smoke often freestyled on some of 50 Cent's most iconic tracks such as Many Men and Not Like Me. As the young star rose to fame, 50 took notice and acknowledged his place in New York sound. In an interview with Power 105, 50 even went so far as to say that Pop Smoke is the new 50 Cent. And while the two had drastically different musical styles, the similarities between the two are quite apparent. Both share the same hometown, and both rappers broke out into the music industry after turning the rap game on its head. Known as the man who popularized Brooklyn drill, there's no mistaking the power of the young star held in his grasp. With such a huge connection between the two, it makes sense that 50 would be the one to take the helm and give the world the Pop Smoke album we've all been waiting for. While everyone is excited to get their hands on the project, some fans doubt it will happen in the first place. After all, while 50 Cent has a lot of weight in the music industry, he is also infamously known for being rough around the edges. Some may say that he is just honest, while others believe the man is offensive and rude. For example, when requesting Chris Brown to collaborate on the project, 50 did so with a call-out of sorts. In an Instagram post of Chris Brown featuring his new Harley Quinn-esque hairstyle, 50 made a plea to the singer with the caption, "I'ma need you on this record. But what the bleep did you do to your hair, blood? LOL." Chris Brown, as well as a few other artists, have yet to respond to 50 Cent's requests, which he acknowledged on social media. "I'm looking at everything through a different lens. Everybody I call ain't coming, but I'm doing what I have to do to make it hot. I don't like a lot of you weak bleeps, but I like Pop Smoke." The post seems to indicate that many of the features 50 Cent had planned for the album are not coming in to help him. Under the post, Snoop Dogg, along with a few other artists, mentioned to 50 that they were waiting on his call, to which 50 responded positively. Pop Smoke and his tragic death seem to have brought the music community together. The artist was well liked and had already worked with the heavy hitters such as Travis Scott, Quavo, and Gunna. With his music touching the lives of so many in the community, it feels a bit strange that more artists have not yet answered 50 Cent's call to action. Some have already paid their tribute to the fallen rapper. Lil TJ released a song shortly after Pop Smoke's death titled Forever Pop. Travis Scott is also on the move to honor the late Pop Smoke. Recently, Travis released a snippet of an unreleased collaboration with Pop, presumably their second hit. Pop's grisly deep voice can be heard repeating DIOR, a reference to his hit song off the original Meet the Woo mixtape. Travis Scott and Pop Smoke came together for their first collaboration hit, Gotti, last year. The track was featured on Travis Scott's Jack Boys album and peaked at number 69 on Billboard's Hot 100 list. While fans are excited to hear what 50 Cent has in store, his direction for the project has been scrutinized at every step. Billboard released a list of 7 artists fans would like to see on the posthumous Pop Smoke album. The list names the usual suspects, Travis Scott, Nicki Minaj, and ASAP Ferg, but also lists 2 international acts, UK-based rapper Giggs and UK collective Deep Block Europe. The request for international talent makes sense, as Pop Smoke fused UK drill music with his rugged Brooklyn style to bring his version of drill to the world. Pop Smoke died February 19th in Hollywood Hills. While many were quick to make their grief and condolences public, most of the artists 50 Cent has reached out to thus far seem to be fairly quiet. What could this mean for the project? Do they plan to pay their respects to the artist in a different way? Some speculate that the talent 50 Cent aims to recruit has a problem working on the project so soon after Pop Smoke's death. Others believe the problem is not their discomfort with that, rather the problem lies in the man heading the project. Despite the silence, 50 Cent is bent on creating the album as tribute to his friend and pupil, Pop Smoke. While we don't know when exactly the album will come out, the highly anticipated posthumous album has many watching 50 Cent's every move. Whatever the case may be, no one can deny that after Pop Smoke's tragic death, one more project to be able to experience his unique sound is something we all would love to have. How do you think the 50 Cent produced album will sound? Will it do the late rapper justice? Is 50 Cent headed in the right direction or way over his head? Tell us what you think in the comment section below. Thank you again for tuning into Line Report, everyone. Remember to hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment keyword 50 for a chance to win our $100 Amazon gift card giveaway.